We're now with our one-on-one conversation with Oklahoma Congressman Tom Cole as we shift the topic to the war in Ukraine. Congressman Cole says he thinks the Ukrainians were underestimated in many ways.
There's so much uncertainty in the air. Where do you see this going?
You know, I think we're in a very dangerous place right now, obviously. Number one, a lot of misjudgments were made, and some of them in a very positive way, by both the Russians and I think by the West. Everybody underestimated the ability of the Ukrainian people to resist, to defend themselves, their determination, their courage, their tenacity. I think everybody underestimated President Zelensky. Remember, it's our own government, and I'm not critical about this, but in the third day he said, hey, we can get you out of there safe, you can set up a government in exile. What's his response? I'm in a war, I don't need an airplane ride, I need ammunition. That's Churchillian. I mean, that is courage, and I think his people have responded to that. I think the world has. It's made him a
That'll be in
citizen.
some history books.
You bet, it will. I think, frankly, we and the Europeans underestimated the Europeans. The response, the leaning into this by Europe, tiny countries on the periphery of Russia like Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, much smaller than Ukraine, sending weapons directly there. All the NATO countries rallying. You're not surprised when you see the Brits lean into this. I mean, they're our best allies in the world, and they have a great sense of history. But to see the Germans, do things that they haven't done. Right now, everybody in Germany is paying much higher fuel prices because they've said, we're not going to let the Nord Stream 2, a Russian-built pipeline, come on. We're not going to take that new gas, even though it would help us. They've said we're going to send weapons to a war zone, something they have not done since 1945. And finally, probably most importantly, they've said, hey, the NATO standard is 2% of your gross national product for defense. We're doing 1.1. We're going to get to 2 immediately. That is the fourth largest economy in the world. The German economy is bigger than the Russian economy. We're robust. So that's a huge thing. Or countries that have been on the periphery of NATO that are good friends, all of a sudden talking about entering, the Swedes and the Finns, for instance. So I think the European response has been overwhelming. So that'd be the third miscalculation. The fourth would be, I think, both the Russians and the West overestimated the capabilities of the Russian military. Look, on a long contest, they still have massive material and manpower advantages, but they have suffered, according to our intelligence people, between 7,000 and 15,000 deaths, something like 40,000 to 50,000 casualties in a matter of weeks. We haven't seen anything like that in Europe since 1945. That's more people than we lost in the entire Iraq, Afghanistan war over 20 years. So these are amazingly intense casualties being inflicted on the Russians by the Ukrainians.
Yeah, I think it's more than what Russia lost in Afghanistan as well.
Oh, much. Yeah, and again, that was a 10-year period.
Yeah.
This is a matter of weeks.
Yeah, well, we'll be watching, obviously. There's so much going on, and we appreciate you taking the time to come by
thanks
and
for
talk
having
to us
me.
about some of this. All right, thanks so much, Congressman.
Thank you.